Welcome to Pet Pals. I'm Dee Dee and this is Randy, and we're here at Frederick County Animal Control to show you some animals that are available for adoption. Our first guest this morning is Star, and she is quite the star. She is a 1-year-old tortoiseshell cat who came to us as a stray. Very outgoing and active, and she weighs nothing and is a beautiful, beautiful cat. And we did go ahead and spay her. Randy's showing you her little paintbrush tail tip. We did go ahead and spay her, so she is ready to go to her new life. And she's doing very well here. She's also remarkable looking, and that should help her to get adopted. But sometimes when cats come in as a stray, it's hard for them to adjust to living in the small cages that we have with their litter box right there. But she is definitely doing a good job of handling all the strangers. And the minute we brought her in today, she's purring. So we have talked about color coding before. She would not be a blue cat or lap cat because she's a very active cat, but she is so social and interested in people that in no way does her color code green, which means not a lap cat, does that preclude her from being friendly and fun and a wonderful pet. I would definitely consider her a Christmas tree risk if you have one. So she would, when you get a new cat, we recommend you keep them in the bathroom for a week anyway. So by then, Christmas decorations will probably be safely stowed away. But she is very active, interested in everything. And Randy's doing a great job of making her look completely mellow, and she is purring and enjoying the attention. But she would like nothing more than to run around this entire room and see what's out and about. So if you think that Star would make a nice addition to your family, or if you know somebody who might like her, you can pass her picture around and see if we can get her a home for the holidays. Our next guest is Peaches. And Peaches is also a short-haired tortoiseshell cat. She's what we call dilute tortoiseshell because instead of being black and orange, she's gray and cream. Genetically, it's the same color. It just has a dilution factor that makes it pale. And none of those things matter to the personality and joy that a cat will bring your family. But it is interesting to figure out how cats are so varied and beautiful. Peaches is 3 or 4 years old. And she came to us previously owned, and so we know a little bit about her past. And she, like all of the cats that leave the shelter, comes to you spayed, microchipped, started on her vaccinations, using the litter box, and all kinds of things that you don't know if you take in a cat from some other source. Although we definitely encourage you to adopt your cat wherever you choose, because cats that don't come to the shelter are good for us and good for our cats because we have more resources for them. But the shelter is a great place to get a cat because you get all of those things taken care of and you get a nice start with your kitty cat. And Peaches has been in the shelter for just a very short time. And we now are experiencing some empty cages, which is wonderful for us. We know that it's temporary. In our previous episode, we talked to you about having not very many dogs in the shelter. Well, now we are full with dogs, and we do have some empty cat cages now, so we definitely like to have the space. It means that the people of Frederick, you are doing a great job housing the pets that you have, spaying and neutering the pets that you have, finding homes for pets that need it, and minimally using the shelter. But when I say we have empty cat cages, what I mean is that we probably have 40 cats for adoption, and that seems like a high number to most people. But sometimes the shelter capacity is 200 or so animals and we're full. So we are very happy when we have empty cages, and glad to be able to offer you a selection of pets that might make wonderful additions to your family, including Peaches.
That's why you wanted to get out of here.
Our next guest is Chris, and Chris is a red tabby cat, and red tabby cats come in colors all the way from carrot red to buff, almost blonde, and he is, I don't know if you can see, but he is making biscuits on Randy's lap, which is an affectionate habit that cats who like people have. And despite him liking people, he is not a lap cat. He wants to be out and about doing stuff. This is a big room with a couple rabbits and some rats, things that he would rather be doing than just hanging out quietly for a TV camera. So if you are interested in a cat like Chris, the attractive thing about him is that he's not going to care if you're gone to work all day. Just leave a scratching post and some treats hidden around the house, and he will entertain himself until you get back and make a really great companion for somebody who's busy. Cats do make wonderful pets for people who have a busy life, because although they like people and enjoy company, they are made to be independent, feed themselves, entertain themselves, and they sleep a large part of the day. So they can do as pets what dogs cannot do, since dogs need to be walked, need to have your company, and need to have your training direction for several hours a day. He's a beautiful cat. Chris is between 1 and 2 years old, and so he has lots of years left to give, and it's going to make somebody a wonderful pet. If you think Chris would make a good match for you or someone that you know, please let us know at the shelter. And we will be open on New Year's Eve if that helps you out, and would be very interested in getting some of our pets home for the holidays. Our next guest is Ty, and Ty is another red tabby, and in the range of colors, he's much more closer to blonde. He's a much larger cat than we've had on the show so far today, and quite beautiful. And he is 6 years old, already neutered, and comes with experience in a family, and we will share all of that with anyone who is interested in adopting him. He's much more of a lap cat, as you can see. And one of the things to think about if you come to the shelter to choose a cat is how you picture the cat in your home. Do you picture watching some movies after work and having the cat on your lap while you eat some popcorn? Then Ty is going to be the cat for you. If you picture being in and out on Saturday and Sunday, off with your friends, maybe having a bunch of people over, then you're going to want a cat that is more outgoing and independent, like Chris or Star. And that is one of the things that we help you do when you come to the shelter, because you can have a volunteer or staff member go with you into the cat room, open different cat cages so you can interact with them. You can sit in a chair, hold them on your lap. Some of our cats are actually living in a colony room, which is a great opportunity for you to go in, sit down, see if they approach you, see if they're playful. And some people have chosen to adopt multiple cats out of the colony room because they can see how they interact with each other. And when they want a pair of cats, it's easy in the colony room to see who's best friends. So that way you know that you're taking home 2 adult cats that know each other and enjoy each other's company. You also can adopt kittens from the same litter if you want to make sure you have 2 cats that are going to get along. But one of the things about doing that is that if you adopt 2 4-month-old kittens from the same litter, when they're 10 or 11 months old, they may decide that they're not best friends anymore, as many siblings do and roommates do. So it's a better bet to pick 2 adult cats that have chosen each other's company if you want to be sure that they're going to have a friendship going forward. Cats are not like dogs in that they do not need companions to survive. So when cats have a tiff, they tend to hold a grudge, and that can be a problem if you have multiple cats. So if you are interested in getting a 2nd or 3rd cat for your household, please come in and talk to us about the personality of your cat, and we will help you make a good match. Our last feline guest of the show is Hermie, and Hermie is exceptional in many ways. Number one, he has longer hair, which is not as common as the short-haired variety. Number two is just like Ava from last week's show. He is a red cat, but he has very few stripes in his coat, which is unusual. Number three, he doesn't have a tail. Well, actually, he has a really little short bobtail, and that is a normal inherited trait of cats. But as you can see, Hermie has inherited several rare traits. His rare color, his extra coat, and his lack of a tail. So he's pretty special. Now, on top of that, he is not even a year old yet, and look how sweet he is. So he is going to make somebody a fantastic companion. Definitely the lap cat variety, quite beautiful, and so young that he has plenty of years left to give to somebody, and personality plus. So if you're looking for a lap cat, then Hermie might be the right cat for you. One of the things about Hermie's long coat is that while he can perfectly well take care of it himself, it is fun to brush and he does enjoy it. So that is something that you and Hermie could share if you decide to adopt him. One thing I should say about all of our cats is that cats do not care if you change their name. So if it's important to you for your cat to have a name that has some meaning for you or is a reflection of your cat's personality, then cats are perfectly fine with you changing their name. They are aware that people make noises with their mouth and that those noises can have meaning, including time to eat, time for affection, or whatever else goes on in their house that they like. So you can certainly choose a name for any of our cats that's suitable to you. Or if you like the cat that you've seen today because of the name and personality that go together, then by all means, if that motivates you to come and meet one of our cats, then that would be great. We had somebody come in due to our show last week. Our pet of the week was Maggie, you might remember. Came in to meet Maggie and decided instead to adopt Rowan. So you never know what will happen at the shelter, and we do want to make those matches right for you and right for the cat. So if you think that Hermie would make a good match for you or someone that you know, then please come in and meet him. He's a beautiful cat and he has a lot to offer. We're going to be back after a short break with some adoptable dogs from Frederick County Animal Control, and I hope you'll join us.
Hello, my name is Doug Orner, and I serve as Director of Volunteer Fire and Rescue Service for Frederick County. I've been a volunteer with the Vigilant Hose Company in Emmitsburg, Maryland since 1972. Why do I think it would be a good opportunity for you to become a volunteer? It's a great way to meet new people, learn new skills, and also you can receive college credits for some of the training that you receive. And there's always that reward of hearing a special thank you or a smile on somebody's face whenever you've saved a life or helped them in some way, shape, or form. For more information on becoming a volunteer, visit our website, stop by one of our 26 stations throughout Frederick County, or give me a call at the office. I'll be glad to assist you in becoming a volunteer. Look forward to seeing you at one of the stations in the near future.
Need an idea for your child's birthday party? Look no further. At the Middletown Rec Center, we have all your birthday party needs. We have a full-size gymnasium, our large rec room, sports equipment, and many birthday party theme ideas. Each party includes crafts, games, and a story. Please call 301-600-1646 for more information.
We are back with our first canine guests for the show, and this is Anna. Anna is obviously a miniature pinscher, and sometimes people think that they're miniature Doberman pinschers, and that's actually not true. They are a very small type of rat terrier. They have the same coloring as a Doberman, either red and tan or black and tan. Anna has a very interesting story. She is 4 years old. She is a spayed female. And she did come to us from a home where she lived with another miniature pinscher. And the other miniature pinscher died of eating rat poison. It wasn't anything that the owners had put out. And so they were kind of surprised that the dogs found it. But I will tell you that terriers are tough, and they are able to dig under things and climb over things you wouldn't think that they would get under. So Anna was also exposed to the same poison, and so she was in a foster home for a little while being treated to get over that. So she can be quite the feisty little girl. Right now she's being nervous and worried about being on TV. But when she is comfortable in her foster home, she barks and jumps up and down and has a lot to say. One of the things that we were worried about while she was being treated for the poisoning, which is all behind her now, is that rat poison makes them bleed too much if they get injured. So it was really hard for the foster home to keep her from jumping against anything, hurting herself on anything, being too active. So really commendable to that foster home for keeping her safe during her recovery. They were successful. She is all better, and she is ready for a new life. So if you think that Anna would make a good match for you, she's going to require a unique family. Number one, you'll have to be able to put up with her feisty, outgoing, lovely, tenacious terrier personality when she's home alone with you. But you're also going to have to get her out and about so that when she meets strangers, she's not overwhelmed and scared, because she really loves her own people and being in her environment. But it's hard for her to go someplace new and do something hard. So this is a typical responsibility of having a pet, is to get them accustomed to things like cars and umbrellas and shopping carts while they're young, so that they won't be afraid of these things when they get older. If that doesn't happen, then you just need to be patient and gentle about it and get her used to doing things that she's never done before. If you know of anyone who likes miniature pinschers and you want to pass her picture on, you can go to petfinder.com and do that. Or at the end of the show, there will be a link at the bottom of your screen so you can pass on this episode. Now she's thinking. Our next canine guest is Fancy. And Fancy was adopted from the shelter, so we do know a little bit about her history. She is part German Shepherd, maybe part Beagle. She is a great dog. She is good with kids. She's good with people of all ages. She's good in the car. We took her to the radio station. She did a great job meeting strangers. She likes everyone. She doesn't pull on the leash too much. But if you want to have the New Year's resolution of getting in shape, then Fancy wants to do that with you. She, when she was adopted from here, she was a little smaller, and she had a great life with her temporary partner, and unfortunately for her, her owner got injured and can't take care of her anymore. So as per the contract, the agreement when you adopt is if for any reason you can't take care of a dog you adopt from us, that you'll let us know and let us try to find that pet a new home. And we are doing that for Fancy. One of the things that we also need to do for Fancy is get her to lose a little bit of weight. She likes people food, obviously, so do I. And there is no reason that she can't have a homemade recipe of dog food so that she can still enjoy her meals. She just needs to have a little less food and a lot more exercise. She's only 5, so she is she should be in the prime of her life, and she is in great shape health-wise except for the weight. So we are going to help her to take care of that. One thing you should know, if it is your New Year's resolution to get in shape, is that if you start walking a new dog for 30 minutes a day for 1 year, you will lose 14 pounds even if you don't change your eating habits at all. So if you think about that, if you get a dog and take Fancy for a walk every day, and you also change your eating habits, you can really get in shape by this time next year. So Fancy would definitely like to try to do that with you. And if you are interested in meeting her, or you know somebody who might benefit from joining a workout program with her, or even being her personal trainer, if you're already in shape, then you would be a great example for her. And you could help her get fit. So if you think Fancy would make a good match for you or someone that you know, please give us a call or come by the shelter on Rosemont Avenue. Our next canine guest is Ginger, and Ginger is a Beagle Bulldog, and she was purposely bred for sale to the pet market. And one of the things that's hard for animal shelters is that she is a great little dog, and I would be surprised if her litter mates weren't just as fantastic. But creating mixed breeds on purpose and selling them as designer dogs is one of the things that frustrates us, because there's nothing special about a Beagle Bulldog. It's just a dog like any other dog, but she sure is cute. And she does have a terrific personality, which is what encourages people to buy them and also encourages people to breed them. But as a shelter, we have so many mixed breeds already here that we wish people would just come here and choose from the mixes already available rather than create more. In Ginger's case, she was acquired from Craigslist, and the people who acquired her did do their homework. They did want this dog, this breed of dog, and they house trained her and crate trained her, so she's well on her way to being a good puppy, but she's only 13 months old. So she pulled the carpet up in their house, and their landlord said, "That is it, the dog is out of here." So unfortunately for Ginger, being a normal puppy and being left home alone without her crate got her into some trouble. So she is looking for a new home, and we will be spaying her and microchipping her, and she's already started on all of her vaccinations. And this is all the bigger she's going to get. So if you want a tough, strong dog, but you have limits to the size of dog that you can walk or care for, then Ginger might be the perfect dog for you. And because she's a puppy, and you can see she is not too hyper, and she does pull on the leash a little bit, but she can learn not to do that. She might be just the perfect dog for you. She has some good experience with kids and other dogs as well. So, and as you can see, she likes food, so she's going to be easy to train. If you would be interested in Ginger, or you know somebody who might be, then please consider coming by the shelter and getting her before Randy takes her home. She's a good girl.
Oh, ear kisses.
We are back with Sammy, and Sammy is a fantastic dog. He looks like a Leonberger, which if you have not heard of them before, you can look up online and see what they're like, because his personality matches. But we believe that he's probably some kind of Great Pyrenees mix or other sheepdog mastiff. We don't know for sure, because the people who got him from someone who was giving away puppies on the side of the road. He could even be a mixed golden retriever. We just don't know. And he's quite beautiful. He's going to get a little bit bigger because he is only 10 to 12 months old now. So he'll probably get about 10% bigger. He'll certainly fill out a lot more. And he could also be a St. Bernard mix. But one of the things that we do know about him is he already drools a little bit. So if you're not used to a big, robust dog like this, then you absolutely should know that that is one of the things that people either love or don't like about big dogs with a jowly face, and that is that they drool a little bit. So, you know, sometimes when they get older, they need to wear a bib to keep their hair from getting sticky, and they also get really excited about food and drool a little bit. So you want to know that if you are interested in him. And like all puppies, we are going to take 4 applications for Sammy and pick the best match. The reasons are many, but one is that we get a number of puppies returned to us because people see this beautiful personality, which he does have. He is mellow and sweet and gentle and big. But they see this beautiful personality and they want a puppy, and they take him home, and then they work 8 hours a day with an hour commute each way. They do homework with the kids. They do some soccer games and stuff like that with the kids. They want to go to happy hour once a month, and then they realize they don't have any time to train this puppy to have good manners. Now, Sammy doesn't naturally jump up on people. He is well on his way to house training and crate training, and he has a great mellow attitude, but don't let that fool you. He is a learning, growing puppy, and he is going to need to do stuff with you. So if you have time for a puppy, then Sammy might be the right dog for you, and we would love to have you come by the shelter and meet him and talk to us about what it takes to raise a big, gigantic puppy. No, you're a good boy. You're smart. We are back with Champ, and Champ looks like a Karelian bear dog. He came to us originally as a stray, and we adopted him out to a family, thinking he was like Border Collie or a Husky mix. If you do look up Karelian bear dog on the internet, you will see a dog who looks very much like Champ. But of course, we don't know his heritage, and it would be unlikely for a specially bred bear dog to be loose in Frederick and no one be looking for him. But stranger things have happened. Champ was escaping from his new home, and they did not feel like they could deal with that, so they brought him back. And it is one of the challenges that we have here at the shelter is when we get dogs that come to us as strays, then obviously we don't know if someone let them get away and didn't want to get them back. We don't know if they escaped from someone who was just passing through while traveling and they weren't able to find the dog again. And we also don't know if the dog escapes frequently. So we would definitely recommend that anyone interested in adopting Champ would talk to us about what kind of fence that you need, what kind of training you should pursue. But Huskies and Husky mixes are notorious for leaving the yard. And that is a downside of the upside, which is that they like everyone and they want to go places and they want to do things. So you have to always weigh the personality of the dog, the things that you like, with its unexpected dark side, which is the fact that he loves everyone, will go anywhere, and is confident and interested in things, means that if you leave him home alone all day, unattended in a yard, he's gonna leave. So we very much hope to find Champ a new home, and we have good luck here finding the right situation for dogs. He's a beautiful dog, and someone who is suited to an independent spirit is gonna find him quite the perfect match. So if you are interested in Champ or any of the animals that you've seen today on our show, then I hope that you will come by the shelter and meet them and let us know what you're looking for, because of course we have the wish list feature, which means if there is a type of dog or cat that you have always dreamed of having and you let us know, when we get one, we will give you a call, making your search that much easier. So I hope that you will pass the pictures along of the dogs and cats that you've seen today. And if you can't adopt, consider coming to the shelter to check out our volunteer opportunities. And if you can't volunteer, then consider donating some old towels or linens. We will definitely put them to good use. Thank you for joining us on Pet Pals. We have a link at the bottom of the screen if you would like to share this episode with others. And I hope we see you next time.